Welcome everyone to this meeting, this regular meeting of the Mojave Air Spaceport Board of Directors, February 2nd, 2016, here in the boardroom. Everybody's ready to go. Let's stand up. Mr. Deaver, would you do the honors?
I would be happy to. Ready? Salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is Scott dialing in or not?
He's here. He's on. I'm here.
Counselor?
We'll have roll call. Please let the record show that all directors are here except Director Painter. Next on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Motion and second by Mr. Balentine and Mr. Deaver. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Agenda is adopted. Item 2, community announcements. This portion, this time is for the audience. If there is anyone.
I'm
on.
You're on. Oh my God.
You're up right off the bat.
Let Kathy do that.
Hello and happy February. What a storm we had. Yikes. Anyway, Plane Crazy Saturday will be held February 20th. And our speaker is Roy Martin. He is a consultant test pilot now, retired chief test pilot with Northrop Grumman. And he's going to be talking about shaped sonic boom demonstration that they, some flight test work they did with the F-5. And it was a highly modified F-5. They made an F-5 actually look ugly. It's a beautiful airplane. But anyway, he wanted to call this talk Fixing What Chuck Yeager Broke. But he thought maybe we better not call it that. But I think it'll be an interesting program. And they're still doing some testing. I think they're using F-16s now. But February 20th from 10 until 2, Plane Crazy Saturday. And the talk will be in this room at 11 a.m.
Next is the consent agenda. Is there any public comment on items on the consent agenda? There being none, is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion and second by Mr. Valentine and Mr. Deaver. Any discussion? All in favor of approving the consent agenda, please so indicate.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. We next come to the items of business. Item A, approval of land lease agreement with Kern County. Do we have a staff report on that?
Yes. The Kern County lease. This lease is for the land just beside the the storage tank out there at the end of Roper.
The sulfur thing.
Yes, correct. So what they store on this land is equipment they get from FEPP, Federal Excess Property, and they keep this equipment over here in case of an emergency. It's on this side of the mountain, and we have access to use this equipment, which we use on a daily basis. So this lease is the land to store that equipment.
Pretty cool, quid pro quo for using it.
Correct. That is correct, yes.
What do we use? Do you have a water truck or something?
We have a couple forklifts, backhoe, front loader, a lot of equipment we use from the county on a daily basis.
Thank you for that report. Is there any public comment on this matter? Is there a motion?
Motion approved.
Motion to approve by Director Deaver. And I think you second it, Mr. Valentine?
Yeah, either way, yep.
All right. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? There being none, motion passes. We move to item B, staff report, please.
Pyro Engineering is a current tenant of ours. They rent land just north of the Boneyard. They store fireworks here, so they're really busy around the 4th of July, but they do fireworks shows in the area. They're moving to a bunker. We had a bunker come available, and they would like to take the bunker. Per NFPA, they're clearing a half of acre around the bunker of brush, and they're just going to lease the bunker from us.
Thank you for that report. Is there any public comment on this item? Being none, is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion to approve?
Approved.
Motion approved by Director Deaver. second by Director Balentine. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
For the half of the year remaining, we could be 480 hours, which is a pretty good chunk. I just want to make sure we have a budget one for that. Or we know we don't, one way or the other.
And the 960 hours comes into play with CalPERS. That's why that was written in there specifically. It wasn't necessarily for Stu, but for CalPERS, he can't work more than 960 hours.
Okay. What are we anticipating?
Do you have any
And that falls into.
information on that?
We have any other consulting, lobbying contracts?
We do not, no.
We have used,
We haven't.
aren't we using somebody on the power line thing?
Who decides how much we can use them?
That's a decision for Karina on the board.
Is there something that's going on right this second that we need this thing signed? We're anticipating it going, using it like tomorrow, next week,
Yes,
before the next board meeting?
there are a few things going on right now. The power line issue, which we're still working. That's the most pressing one.
I'm sorry? Yeah, why don't we?
I don't have a problem with the hourly rate, I don't have a problem with the
Can we
concept.
move it
Yeah,
down?
Yes, let's
table it. Yeah,
let's-
I'd like
let's-
to know a little bit more about
So,
it.
But
We're
my
gonna
concern
move-
was is that maybe she needs to use them, right?
She does need to use them right away. Can we move it?
yes,
further
we'll
down?
move it, we'll move this down to,
in a revised budget.
That's what,
okay,
For how much?
so here we are. We will continue,
Okay, we'll come back to that.
we'll come back to that one, the motions will stay after, then come back to that. CEO, General Manager report, Kevin.
did you have any questions on the report?
No, I don't have any, does anybody on the board have any questions?
I think I just was curious about the water line.
Okay.
Have we gotten any estimates on it yet? It's
We did, but the thing is, it's pretty high. It's at 80,000 because it's underground and they can't see it. So what we're planning to do now is dig it up ourselves and get it open. That way we can get 3 good bids on it.
Are there any other questions regarding the General Manager's report? There being none, we have no board committee reports. Anybody, go ahead.
No report?
We have no report from.
We
board
haven't
members.
met
No,
since last meeting.
they're still,
Still a committee.
they're still a committee, an ad hoc committee, and we're waiting for
I think council.
additional
some
information
details
from
with-
staff.
Yeah.
And now is the time for Board of Directors. Are there any Board of Director comments?
I'm just curious, have we got any, I'm sure we have some new damage from this recent windstorm?
Yes, we do. On 137, a little bit of damage over the northeast section, the door there. The little
137
concrete
is-
slab is. 137 is the event center.
Okay,
That had a little bit of damage. A tank flew over our fence on the east side. So
In or out?
what type of
a little bit of
tank?
fence down.
Yeah.
And then most of the rest of the damage was,
That's from
well,
Mark-
our fire
Mark
department,
Sherman.
the door took some damage, the man door, not the roll-up doors. But I think the rest were tenants damage this time.
Is there an amount associated with that? Is our insurance adjusters looking at it?
They are, the rest of the insurance companies are back. And a door on one of our vehicles. Flew over.
Any other board questions, comments? Do you have an answer for us?
Yes, I do. Actually, with the revised budget, it was increased 100,000. That wasn't just for Stu, that was for Stu and then also just the added FAA consulting work. It's the outside consulting that was increased. And she is at a point where you could dial her if you wanna have a more
Sorry.
conversation
That's
about
500
it.
hours, so
Okay, so we're back to the motion to approve. Is there any other board comment or questions? There being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There being none, the motion carries. We now move to item 6, public comment on items not on the agenda. Is there any public comment? There being none, we now adjourn to closed session. We move into closed session.
Could I just make a quick comment? I just wanted to thank the airport for keeping that ditch back by the fence back behind our hangar clean, and the water just flowed beautifully through there. And the day before the storm hit, there's one of your guys out there cleaning out all the tumbleweeds to make sure the water could flow. And boy, it was really going fast. So thank you for that.
You guys did really good this year.
Yeah, they do a
Harold's
great
guys are
job.
on top of it.
Yeah, Harold, thank you.
Where does that water come from? Off
I
the
don't
airport,
know,
or-
I was trying to figure out
Well,
where.
you know that dip right
Clouds,
before the
there's
railroad
a-
crossing on
It's-
Sierra
I
Highway?
was-
I just wondered, is it running
Uh-huh.
off
It's
of
coming down
Allen
that
Street?
drain.
Down by Tiefen's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Caltrans does a pretty good job keeping their side of it.
Yeah.
Well, we had a flood in Elm Street years ago.
it was,
That's why they do it.
it was great. Just wanted